We finally have the pattern change. It really happened. We are flipping things forward on a colder weather regime. Also, a reminder to flip those clocks ahead 1 hour before bed Saturday night as this cold air trickles on in across the Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley. This is pretty decent cold stuff, especially compared to average. It's going to develop a trough across much of the Northeast. We're going to see that ridging retrograde back westward across the Rockies and the Intermountain West. And this is where early next week we get into some pretty cold air, some of the coldest air we've honestly seen since like January. And it has some lingering power, not the extreme cold stuff, but definitely below average temperatures by a few degrees. First, we got a system that's going to bring a few to several inches of snow, swinging in double barrel low Iowa, Wisconsin, northern Illinois, Michigan, extreme northern Ohio. You see some of the heavy snow there as we go in towards your Friday. It's going to be yielded by a little bit of those marginal temperatures during the course of the day, but in the morning and at night, certainly accumulation on all surfaces. That system kind of snows itself off as it pushes off towards the east. A couple lake effect snow showers into early Saturday. And then our next system, a little wintry mix sliding off towards the east. This could become a nor'easter and produce a pretty good snowstorm for the Northeast early next week, depending on if it gets stuck into the jet stream the right way and moves northeastward, or it could go out to sea. But there should be a lot of cold air that does come in, and that will allow for a little bit of lake effect snow as things get active again across the west. Lots of heavy rain, lots of heavy snow for the mountainous areas. And if it rains in areas that already have a big snowpack in the lower elevation, it's going to be a flooding issue. But yeah, for right now, we're looking at several inches of snow over the next week. 15 inches possible in portions of Iowa, a corridor of probably 5 to 8 inches across Michigan. Then we go into Pennsylvania. It will be at least a few inches of snow in far southern New York, a little bit of a break up into New England. And off towards the west, of course, it's going to be super active. What a winter it's been across the west. How about another 40 plus inches of snow? A lot of spots seeing a good 10 to 20 inches of snow. And again, in the low terrain, plenty of rain. It's going to be a colder pattern. This is something we really have not seen in over a month. Look at that. Decently below average across the east. We do have the cold air that we certainly have seen back to the west, but this ridge kind of pumps up into the middle of the country and allows for the troughs west and east. It's an active pattern too, and you got all this snowpack across much of the west, so abnormal to extreme amounts of drought currently. But once you get the melting and once you get this continued wet pattern, you're going to see a big drought relief. It's going to really flip things a little upside down. So how much rain are we looking at? Well, it's going to be an above average pattern significantly across the west, including into the desert also. Yes, it could be maybe a little below average, but I think overall much of the east is going to be fairly close to average in terms of precipitation over the course of the next couple weeks. But it's an active pattern and it's a chilly pattern into the end of the month.